What's up, it's Jarkko from Damnation Plan, drummer, songwriter, producer. I was asked by Metal Crypt to list 4 most inspirational albums of my lifetime. It's a tough task to pick 4 albums, but I give it a try. And the description was to pick albums which kind of work as a mental guidance or something like this as their role. So I tried to pick those, and I will also give some special mentions to other inspirational albums of my lifetime, which mightn't be that kind of albums, but still important and that have had some kind of an inspirational role in my life. So let's go through these albums which I have here. And my first pick, which is not basically one of my most important personal bands as such, but still my first pick is Iron Maiden Somewhere in Time album. I picked this album because this somehow takes me into this different place. It has this certain kind of like a special mood, this album. It has kind of like this nighttime feel somehow. It's a nighttime album, as I think many of these album picks of mine are. To me, somehow they have this really atmospheric, vibey thing in their soundscapes and in their mixing, and there's something special in that sense. And I'm picking this Somewhere in Time for this because this certainly has that kind of a vibey thing, especially tracks, like Caught Somewhere in Time, Loneliness of a Long Distance Runner, Stranger in a Strange Land, and songs like that. I basically often skip the Wasted Years. It's been basically over listened. Actually, I haven't even opened this sleeve, I think, ever. So now it's good time to do that as well. So we have some cool pics of Dave Murrays and guys like this. Anyhow, that's my first pick, Somewhere in Time, which I put on, and it kind of takes me to this different place, which I guess was the point of these picks. So, and second mention, which is a clear mention for this, and a quite surprising pick, I think, for many, regarding this is a very important band to me. And my second pick is Halloween's Chameleon album. Not the most popular album by them, but to me somehow very inspirational and takes me again into this different place. It's kind of like, again, one of those nighttime albums for me. It's kind of artistic and really cool songs and really cool vibes this album has. Maybe it's not the best album of Halloween for me, but in this category of inspirational and album which kind of takes me into this different world, this is one of those albums which I then often return to, and it kind of takes me to that familiar place, and has a very different and unique sound, unique mix, and some really good songs as well. I really like this album. It's underrated Halloween album. Back in the day, we all were basically bashing this out, that it's a shitty album, but it's an artsy, cool album, and inspirational in that sense. Cool sounding night album again. Then we are moving next. Very inspirational album back in the day was Savatage Poets and Madmen album. On this night, carry on. Again, maybe not the most popular and maybe not even the best album of Savatage, or maybe it is, but has really cool songs, a lot of great songs there, and has very much of this like a soulful kind of a feeling in the songs. John Oliver singing all the songs, and if you want to find soul, then you go to John Oliver. And I think I was sometime asked that what would be the album you would take to an abandoned island, and I think my answer was Poets and Madmen by Savatage, because it's kind of like it kind of takes you there somewhere to a different place, and it has this certain kind of connection in soulful way. Really cool album, great songs, great songwriting, inspirational songwriting wise as well for me, to make songs which has these cool parts, and you already think that the song is really great, and then comes another even greater part in the song. That's something that's guided me as well as a songwriter somehow and inspired. So my third pick is Poets and Madmen by Savatage. Then we go to another, again, less eccentric, kind of like atmospheric album, which is 6 Degrees of Inner Turbulence by Dream Theater.
Who's gonna scream the loudest? Will it be the right?
Oh yeah. Really like this album. Super cool sounds, very nice, nicely produced. Great songs such as the Misunderstood, really cool song, The Great Debate. A lot of great songs. Glass Prison is a cool song as well. And heavier stuff like The Test That Stumped Them All and War Inside My Head. A lot of great songs here and really cool album. Has a very like this vibey feeling thing again as well. From its mix and the way the songs are, very like again artsy stuff, long songs, cool songs, greatly done from all the parts. Super album. Somehow for this category of like choose an inspirational album which kind of takes you to a different place, and that's one of those sure picks for me to take that and do that. Then I think we were already 4 albums. I'm bringing 5th one. That would be Disillusion Gloria album. Cool album, very special album. This kind of like alternative metal, whatever, mix of Disillusions. Great tracks. Don't Go Any Further and Gloria, the title track, Black Sea, and again very vibey, super special kind of a album from its mix and songs and soundscapes. It kind of takes you to this different place. And when I heard it first time after hearing the Back to Times of Splendor album, I was like really listening to like what the fuck when I heard the Don't Go Any Further song, for example. But after that initial reaction, it kind of, I was proven that this is also a great Disillusion album, which I ended up listening a lot. And it is still Disillusion. You can hear it, the sound, even though the sound and that type of songs is very much different to the Back to Times of Splendor, more of traditional progressive melodic death metal stuff. So my special pick, Disillusion Gloria. Check this album out. Another, when we're talking about inspirational albums, especially back in the days, is Disharmonia Mundi and Fragments of Degeneration. Cool, very good, 10 out of 10 melodic death metal album. Was very inspirational to me, and still if you listen to these songs, really great songs, no fillers in this album. And I really love this album, and it was cool to be picked also for a band, Damnation Plan, to their record label, Corner Records, back in the day by Mr. Ettore Rigotti. Really great album, great band. Fragments of Degeneration, Disharmonia Mundi. Check this out if you like acts like Soilwork and such. Like you will love that album. Check that out if you haven't yet. Then I started playing drums, learning drums by listening to the Bruce Dickinson's Chemical Wedding album. A classic. Really heavy, really cool tones in this album's mix, and the way it was done with these detuned guitars back in the day, pretty special thing, and still a really great sounding album. I really like the sounds of it and the songwriting, drums. I did recently a podcast with Mr. David Ingraham as well, the drummer who inspired me to play drums. When I was learning to play drums, I was playing tunes of this album, so very inspirational, influential to me. Great album, check it out. And then last special pick will be Tarot or Tarot in Finnish, For the Glory of Nothing. Tarot's best album, I think. Super sounds, super songs, everything's great. production and really good metal album. One of the best Finnish metal albums ever done, if not the best, recorded in Seawolf Studios. Seawolf Studios in Suomenlinna, Finland, Helsinki. Great album. Check this out if you are into melodic traditional metal with some perkele and kicking ass with heavy metal. That's it. That's my 4 inspirational picks for this challenge by Metal Crypt. Check out these albums if you haven't yet. Highly recommend them. And that's it. That's my 4 picks. Hope you dig it.